Now, these are radicals. They're square roots. That's what that symbol means. And when you have the square root of a number like 36, you're trying to find the number that you multiply by itself to get 36, which is 6. Okay. So we get perfect squares. 1 times 1, 2 times 2, 3 times 3. You should know these. 4 times 4, 25, 36, 7 squared, 40. Okay. So what we're doing, well, we're going to simplify these radicals, like the square root of 24. And you go in and you do your factor tree. You either can do it this way, number from yesterday, and divide by the smallest prime number, which is 2, which is 12. Oh, another prime number, again, is 2. You divide that out, you get 6. Now to 2 again, and I'm going to get 3, but now 2 doesn't work. What will work next? 3, and I keep dividing until I get 1. Okay, India? Perfect. Okay, so what you're doing is this. This is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. So why do we pull out the double ones? Well, when we do radicals, there's really only one rule you need to know about them, is that if I have the square root of a times b, that is equal to the square root of a times the square root of b, and vice versa. These are the same things, okay? And so you know how to do this. So this is 4. 2 and 3 don't match, but that's 6. I can rewrite it this way. 4 times the square root of 6. And I can get that perfect square out of there. So that's 2 times the square root of 6. So that's what we're doing. When you pull a match here and you put it on the outside, you're really square rooting the 4. And you still can't square root the 2 and 3, so they have to stay under the radical. And you just multiply. It's all multiply. Another way to do this is to use my perfect squares. You have your option. This is how I do it. I don't do the factor tree. That is a factor tree. So if I do 24, here's the problem with factor trees. 24, you go 3 times 8. And then you forget to bring down the 8 and the 3. And that's 2 times 4. And you go 2 times 2. Well, the problem with this is you miss a bunch of those little factors. So you really need to bring that 3 down all the way to the last line. So if you prefer a factor tree, that's fine. But you need everything on that last line, because that's what's correct. And one more way to do this is to think of the perfect squares that divide into 24. And here they are. I want the biggest one, smaller than 24, so 25 is too big. One of those divides into 24. Which one divides into 24? That's the fastest way to do it, but you have to have good number sense. Square root of 4 times the square root of 6. What's the square root of 4? 2. I still get the same result. Now, when I do the factor tree, which is what this long division thing is, the factor tree as well, you can't go wrong unless you don't divide by the right number. So there's no thinking here. It's just a matter of matching them up. If you get a match, pull it on the outside. If you don't get a match, it stays on the inside. So all we're going to... Question? Yeah. Because these match. You start with any prime number. And the prime numbers are... I usually start with the smallest one. 2, 3, 5, 7. You guys want to think 9 is what it is. 13, 17. So all we're going to do today that's different than yesterday is put a number out in front. Okay, gents? And all that is multiplying. You're going to take 3 times the square root of 32. Now this is all multiplication. Now let's do it my quick little way for those of you who catch on. Otherwise you can do it the long way. Does anybody know what perfect square divides into 32? Now write them up on the board. 16. If you see that, it's faster. So when I do the worksheets, that's how I do them. So this is 16. This is all multiplication. And 16 times what? 2. So it's 3 times. What's the square of 16? 4. Times the square root of 2. Can you multiply anything? You can multiply these guys. What's 3 times 4? 12. I don't know what you did. I don't know if I want to. Okay, so the other way to do it, which works every time, is I would start with the smallest prime number, which is 2. And you might want a calculator. Thank you. What goes into 16? Prime number. Here's it. One right here. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. Okay. 2. If you want to keep the numbers easy, start with the smallest. Is that right? Okay, so let's pull them out. Not everything's going to match, you guys, but almost everything. Okay, these match. There's a 2. There's another one that matches. And that guy stays inside. But what was out front to begin with? The 3. Can you multiply those together? So the rest of the problems are just doing some problems. So you guys can come up and do. Oh, that one's a tough one. I can't think of the perfect score that goes into that one. Somebody want to come up and do it? Sayla beat you. Sayla's No, Sayla's first. You can do the next one. There's lots of them. So write your 252 now. Okay. No. 2 times 3 and 1 times 6. Not correct. 11. Hey, it's good enough. You start with 2. Because and then you divide by 2. Somebody want to help her out? What's half of 252?
I got it.
Good. Now you can do this. Sayla, you can divide that.
6 and then 6.
No, half is 3. Right. Okay, 2 is not going to work anymore. 2 doesn't go into 63. Not even. How about 3? You have to stand on the side a little. 21's not wrong. Oh, yeah.
And then you go 3. Oh, then you do 7.
No, that's fine. It's fine. 3 to 21 is 7. You gotta make sure it's... No, you gotta make sure it's...
Now. You can do 6. I've already in there twice.
Okay. 3 goes into 21 how many times?
7. And then
1.
1.
Okay, now, that's easy. How many doubles do you have? So, write one of them down. 2. 1 of the doubles. No, just the 2 ones. Take the pair and just write down one of them. 2.
3.
And I want one of those because it's a match. 3. What's still left?
7.
Goes under there. And what still was out in front to begin with? Look at the original problem.
5.
So 5 goes there. Okay, can you multiply those?
Yes.
What's that?
3.
There you go. That's Jay, you want to do the next one? Hey, you guys ready? You should be working on your iPad or a piece of paper. I don't care. Hey, Jay, would you have to see this? Put your phones away, please. You should be doing these. I have some. No, that's not. Yeah, do it. Write it down. There's a notebook right there. Write it down. Can't take it home with you, though. Where's your iPad? It's okay. It's okay. Just don't pay attention. That's okay. She's just doing it there. We could put more problems over there if I chalk. There's chalk right by you.